Hey, what's up? I'm Vanessa Silberman. Here are a few tips for understanding more about booking and tour terms.
Do it yourself, motherfucker.
What is an advance? Oftentimes, when you book a show, or if your band has booked a show, and let's say you're also getting other bands for the night, and you've already negotiated kind of what the deal will be with the venue, you'll want to advance the show. That's when you get details such as the backline, the load in, load out, kind of the timings, and that's called advancing a show. With bigger venues, you might talk to a production manager. There might be different people at the venue to speak with regarding different things. Uh, there's a lot of details, and you want to make sure to get all of these. So when you show up to a show, you have all the information and know what time everyone's playing and what time you should be there. So that's in advance. Let's talk about backline. Backline is kind of the details of the equipment surrounding the venue. This is something that I always recommend when you're booking your own shows to really try and get these details ahead of time before you confirm, just to understand logistics. If your band or you need to bring in equipment or make sure they're equipped for another artist if you're booking for them as well. Let's talk about deals like guarantees and door splits and what exactly these mean. Guarantee means you're guaranteed a certain amount of money that you might negotiate with the booker or the agent. Uh, a split or a door deal would be like a percentage off of ticket sales, depending on what you agree upon. It's always good to discuss this ahead of time. Let's talk about what a rider is. A rider is oftentimes you'll see with bigger acts, especially there's particular sound needs. There might be requests for food and certain setups, certain types of lighting. This would be included on a rider. That's also commonly attached to a contract, so the venue knows what is needed for the artist. Let's talk about a deposit. Deposit often, if a band or artist is getting a guarantee and it's on a bigger tour, there's a lot of logistics. Oftentimes, a agent or an artist will provide, let's say, wiring info so they can get a deposit from their guarantee for them to show up and do the show. As part of the payment ahead of time. I mean, there's all kinds of structures, but that's what that means. Something that's really important to understand is a term called a hold. When you're booking shows yourself and you're routing, or if your agent's routing a tour for you, and there's a few dates and logistics to kind of figure out, there's a term called a hold. And if you're waiting to hear back from another venue in a different city and deciding which direction you're going, um, also waiting to get information from another venue, you might ask to put it on hold till you secure some other information. Oftentimes you'll hear a venue say, hey, you're on the third or fifth hold, or it might be reliant on you or your bands uh, building a show and getting and securing a number of acts before they confirm the date. Let's talk about load in and load out. So load in is the time where bands and artists need to show up to the venue with their equipment. So then it's structured to have an amount of time to load in, get things inside the venue, and then do, per se, like a sound check, or a show start or a line check. It just depends. And load out. Oftentimes, if a venue has a strict like timing policy, or there's other shows happening, they have a load out time. Um, Soft and hard tickets. Let's talk about this. So soft is referring to more like festivals where if someone's buying a ticket, it's not necessarily for you, but a hard ticket sale would be specifically for you or your bands. Um, let's also talk about buy-ons and what that means. The term buy-on is often used if a band or artist is paying to play on a tour opening up for a bigger act as a support. This is common, and also there's certain timing where this makes sense, and I'll get into that in another video. Last term I want to mention is a per diem. Per diem is a term often used. It's like from a tour budget where, let's say, a band will get a certain amount a day for food, or also players who might be hired guns will get a per diem, a certain amount per day to go on tour. So, hope these tips and more learning about touring has helped.